Okay. I'm here with my sister Sabrina. I don't have any notes or anything, so there's probably going to be a lot of
oh shoot,
awkward like nonsense. But yeah, talk about your favorite dick joke.
No, can I just say something though?
Yeah, say it.
I was literally talking to a past podcast guest of yours, Chade.
Yeah.
And he told me, he was like, no, he seriously is so talented for like podcasts. Like his questions were amazing, and I was like expecting a lot from you, and I just came back and that was your intro.
That's because I'm usually prepared. I usually have notes.
So I guess let's talk about dick jokes.
This is spontaneous. But like what I've noticed about podcasts is like the first like 15 minutes, you kind of like you're talking like you're on a podcast.
Yeah.
And then eventually like forget you're on a podcast and you're just like talking, and then it's just like that's what makes like the best combos. And you like don't really care about like that you're being recorded. You just like talk as if like you weren't being recorded.
Yeah, I mean, very true.
That makes any sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just got back from camp. Actually, that's so boring. I don't want to talk about you.
But I have so much to say.
Fine. Say like
no, I
one.
honestly don't.
Say like one interesting thing about it, I guess.
Everything about it is...
You're not allowed to talk about it for the rest of the podcast.
Okay, I don't know. Those of you who knew, I was a medical director for a high adventure camp.
Alright, that's enough.
That's enough.
We're gonna...
Next.
So the way I end this, so get ready for it. I do a draft,
Okay.
But it could be about anything. It could be like your favorite foods. It could be your favorite villains in a TV show. It could be anything. And we're going to do that draft. So if you think of any cool draft ideas, let me know. I usually have them before the pod, but the one with Cindy and you was just so unprepared.
Do you know what would be a good conversational topic, though?
What?
Gory EMS stories.
Yeah, sure.
Do you want me to talk about the first time I brought a life back?
Well, we need to say it with empathy. I can't joke about it and stuff.
I always with empathy.
Yeah.
So my first time taking lead on a resuscitation was actually when I was still in my rotations, like where I wasn't like a full-fledged paramedic yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working at the NICU.
What'd you say? You can't say that word in 2024.
I didn't. Did I say hard R?
Yeah.
Frick.
Just kidding.
But no, I was working at the NICU, and we had this like mom that came in to the hospital. She was like an islander and did not speak English, and basically she was pregnant, but she had no idea how far along. She never went to the doctor. She just took a pregnancy test like 9 months ago, and was like, oh shit, I'm pregnant, and like literally never did anything about it, and like doesn't speak English, like I said. So she was having contractions. The doctors like rushed her back in just to have a C-section, and they got like imaging done, and they like literally, like the doctor from the NICU was like, so how far along is she? Like how many, like is this a one baby? Is it gonna come out with problems? And the surgeon was like, we literally have zero idea what's gonna come out, like when we open her up. Because they're like, she hasn't had any prenatal care or anything. So, anyway, they do an ultrasound before surgery. They find out that it's twins. And we're like, oh, frick, now there's like a whole can of worms that's open with that.
Yeah.
And the NICU doctor was like a really chill guy. Like, he let me start IVs. And the NICU is like, for, if you don't know, like preterm babies. Like, tiny, tiny babies that like their fingers are still webbed. Like, babies that came out like way too early.
They look like dolphin fetuses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So... I was gonna say a freaking effed up joke. Anyway, so this doctor is super dope, like chill with me, because he's all like, you know, when you deal with these type of babies in the real world, like you're not gonna have a doctor there, so I'd rather you practice everything you can in here while I'm here to supervise you, and like then when the time comes, you hopefully will not kill somebody, you know?
Yeah.
And so he was really dope like that, because some doctors won't let you even like touch their patients. But this doctor is all about it. And so there's baby A and baby B. And I was on baby A's team. So baby A comes out first, and they're not breathing at all.
Oh.
And so, and that's like fairly common with like newborns. So usually you just like, you know, tickle their feet, pat their back, like dry them off, and like maybe suction their nose and they start breathing.
Yeah.
We did all that. It did not breathe at all. So we brought it back to the resuscitation room, and it was me, a nurse, and a respiratory therapist. And the doctor sat down, looked at me, and he was like, you know what to do. and that's it. So, anyway, long story short, because I'm not going to bore you with all the medical lingo, but it took us so long to get this baby. Like, for an IV, we couldn't do an IV because he was so premature.
Yeah.
I was the only one that was trained to do an IO. So the nurse couldn't do it, the respiratory therapist couldn't do it, only the doctor could, and me. So he told me I could start it. If an IO is, you drill into their bone so you can start fluids that way because you can't get vein access.
Yeah.
So I did that. That was my first time doing it on like a newborn. And he or she, I forgot, it was a girl. They ended up getting resuscitated, and it was literally the best feeling in the whole wide world.
Oh, that's crazy. Like bringing a life.
They were literally dead for like an hour. Like they were limp. Like you could hold them up and they were just like jello, like so limp. And like we literally brought a life. F the mom. I literally brought life into the world.
No, that's actually dope.
It was really cool. And there's just like nothing that compares to it.
And I always thought it, like, I'm kind of like this too, but I think you're more like it. Like, you don't have like a queasy stomach with stuff like that. So
No, not at all.
You could do it. But I think, like you said, I think everyone has like a limit when they're like, oh, this is like too much. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to, you don't have to talk about it. But what was one when you're like, oh, shoot, I'm actually sensitized to this? Like,
so I'll talk about like a case I've talked about enough to where like I don't think it affects me anymore. But like at the time it really did because it was my first like big gory scene. But no, I was gonna say like before that, like I have seen awful things that like have kept me up like nights and nights on end.
Yeah.
But like just that feeling when you bring somebody back from the dead like makes it so much worth it. Like, so much more worth it.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, such an insane feeling. And I really cannot explain it to anybody unless they've done it. And that's why I'm, like, such a big advocate on, like, everybody should at least learn some first aid. But, anyway. So, my first big case was when I was already starting my internship at Ogden Fire. And Ogden Fire is, like, a very busy area, I guess, that they have. We went to this call that was apparently an unconscious person. And we had, like, I think the daughter called. I don't know. This is all like the notes that came from dispatch.
Yeah.
But they were saying the daughter called and said that the dad was in the closet and she couldn't get a good look at him and she thinks he passed out. And so we're like, oh, like, we on the way there, we go lights and sirens. I always talk about with my senior paramedics, like, what are the differential diagnoses it could be. So, like, this means, like, what are some possibilities that could happen? So we're thinking, oh, maybe he was diabetic, and his blood sugar was low and he passed out. Maybe it was head trauma. He was trying to get something, hit his head, he passed out.
Yeah. And
we're just thinking about all these differentials. So we get to the house. It's like a gated community. We have to get like the passcode. It's this beautiful house. My partners, we just heard like screaming and crying from the inside. So I grabbed my medic bag, and my partners were getting like our ventilator, our EKG, our life packs and everything. And they told me, they're like, hey, go ahead, like just speed up and try to get to them. So like comfort them, find the patient, and then we'll be right behind you. So I was like, okay, fine. So I go super quick, fast, like running inside. And I find this 9-year-old little girl, like, I can't even explain it. Like, she was hysterical. And, not like in the way a 9-year-old girl, like, throws a tantrum or something, because we've all seen, like, little kids throw tantrums. It was a way to where it's like, I saw her, and, like, she just saw something awful. And, like, I almost knew what she saw just by looking at her. Yeah.
Like, she's, like, almost in psychosis.
Yeah, 100%. And then she had an older sister that was passed out. That would, like, she, like, woke up, would, like vomit, like, dry heave, and then pass out again. And it was just all that.
Just, like, in complete shock.
Yeah, complete, like, I have no idea what's going on. And this house was so massive. I was, like, I'm like, I'm not going to spend my whole time looking for where her father is. So, like, maybe I know this wasn't a mistake when I look back on it, because this was the quickest way to gain access to the patient, but it probably did further traumatize a 9-year-old. So, like, I still feel guilt about that. But I looked at the 9-year-old, and she was just crying, telling me to save her dad. And I looked at her, I'm like, hey, I need you to tell me where your daddy is. And she was just crying. I'm like, no, I need you to focus. Like, tell me where your dad is right now. And she was obviously 9, and I shouldn't have put that weight on her.
Yeah.
But, like, it's what had to
but
happen.
it was like, what if he was still alive? You don't know.
100%.
You don't know what she saw.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So she told me...
Like, this might have been the only way to save his life.
Exactly. And I couldn't talk to the older sister because she was, like,
Passed
in
out,
and out of consciousness. And so she told me it was like an outdoor closet, which in 9-year-old girl terms meant like a shed.
Yeah.
So I go out there, and it's just such a massive house, and I'm just like searching everywhere for where it could be. I finally find it. I open the door, and it was like my first suicide I've ever seen. And like, the way I can explain it, the door wouldn't open all the way. So what I gathered from that was that his body was already rigored, which is like rigor mortis, if you guys have heard of that. So like, the body was hard, and like it was just dead weight, and I couldn't open the door all the way. And if you're listening and don't know me, I'm super petite and tiny and small, so it was just so heavy for me.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, back to trauma.
Yeah.
And so I opened the door, and it was just so heavy, and I just peered inside, and all I saw was this guy's, like, half of his face, and he looked like he was just asleep. And so I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe he's not rigored. Because my thoughts are going 100, miles at a time. So I'm thinking, he's rigored, I need to look out for this, I need to look out for this, I need to look out for this. But when I saw his face, he looked so peaceful, and, like, he didn't look quite, like, blue yet or blotchy or anything. So I was like, oh, maybe, like, there's something else behind the door. I have to get more access to him. So I, I'm pushing on the door. And by this time, I have my partners come down here and meet me. And right when I push open the door a little bit more, I just see half of his skull is just blown to bits.
Oh, yeah, he was gone.
He was gone. So, like, his brain was everywhere. His skull was everywhere. But, like, it was such a weird dissonance, because half of his face was so peaceful, looked like he was asleep, and half of his face was blown up.
Yeah.
And, we could only open it a little bit, so my senior paramedic partner goes in, or sees this, and he tells me that I have to go in to that small, tiny, like, spot in the door. So we could only open it. It was probably about, like, 8 inches that we could open it. So I'm trying to, like, I take off all my gear.
What's that note?
Your laptop?
Oh, it's probably because it's on my lap. All right, keep going.
So I take off all my gear, think skinny, and I try to get through the door. And now I'm just in here with the dead body. And, like, this is literally my second call of my whole career. Is this call. So, like, I've only been to one other call. That was also very traumatic. But she ended up living, so, like, it was fine. This is my second call of all time. Like, I barely know my partners at this point. I barely know how this is. Like, I'm, like, finishing up school at this point. So I'm in this closet with just a dead body, and it's just dead, silent, eerie. And my paramedic partners say, like, hey, we're gonna go get the cop that came here, because, like, now this is like a homicide investigation, because it's always homicide before it's proven suicide, if you don't know. So I was like, okay, like, I'll just stay here. So I was in there, and it, like, I couldn't look away, and it was so eerie, and I was realistically only down there for, like, by myself.
No, like, that would traumatize me. Like, if I saw that, I'd be...
But, like, realistically, I was by myself for, like, 20 seconds, probably.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like I was, like, I still, like, am picturing it. Like, I can picture it like I was there. And, the cop comes, and then he's like, hi, like, I need you to look if you find, like, a weapon. And he was wrapped up in a blanket, super tight. And I was like, well, like, do you want me to touch him? Like, he's wrapped up in a blanket. And they were like, yeah, like, if he's already dead, like, if you pronounce him dead, then we can go ahead. And I was like, yeah, he's dead. And so they're like, okay, then try to look for a murder weapon. And I was confused because I'm like, this
I feel
is
like that's
out of
not
my
your
pay
job.
scope. That's
Yeah.
literally what I said. I was like, I should not be doing this. I am not trained to do this. But I was the only one that could fit in there, and I
Yeah.
couldn't move his body.
Yeah.
So have somebody else there. And so I unwrapped the blanket, and his arm just like comes out and like out rolls like a gun, like a handgun.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's a gun. I'm like, I'm out of here. And then the cop was like, do you see a letter? And I literally just tell the cop, I'm like, no, I'm getting out.
Yeah.
And because I'm like, there was a letter, but I was like, this is like, I'm done with this. And so my job's not done because we're the paramedics and we're the senior medical staff, like on scene. We're the ones that have to tell the family, right?
Yeah.
And luckily my paramedic partner told me that he wouldn't let me do it by myself. So that was like super sweet of him because that would destroy me. But we came back. Obviously, we weren't running. We didn't have a body in our hands. We weren't doing compressions. We came back empty-handed, and the family knew that.
Yeah.
So the little girl was like, are you going to save my dad? Is he going to be okay? Like, are you going to save him? And I just, like, am such a loss for words. Because, like,
how do you even, like, articulate, like, the words to, like, tell a 9-year-old that?
Yeah, 100%. And, like, what I wanted to do is, like, you know, he's, like, in a better place and, like, be emotional about it. But they literally teach us in school we can't do that.
Can't be it, yeah.
We have to, because then
direct.
We have to be direct. We have to say literally the words, he's dead. We can't say he passed on. We can't say he's in a better place. We have to say he died or he's dead. So my paramedic partner looks at me. I look at him and I just shake my head. I tell him, like, I literally can't tell this little girl what happened. So he's the one that tells her. And then the mom was hiding, I guess, in her room. She comes out. This is the first time I see her. She's calling his parents, telling her, hey, your son killed himself. And, like, all this stuff. And it was, I think that was the first time I realized that, like, I can do gore. I can do, because I also used to dissect dead bodies for college.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not new to that. And, like, I can do all that gore. But when it comes to, like
emotional
the
things?
emotional thing, it's just something I'm not good at. And, like, I can't articulate very well in my own emotional sense.
Yeah.
So, like, I was talking about this with a friend. Like, I used to pride myself. You know how there's, like, very gory videos on, like, social media and stuff?
Yeah.
I used to pride myself on, like, just scrolling through those for hours. I'm like, I can watch anything. Like, this is so interesting to me. This is so cool.
Yeah.
And, like,
which is very normal.
Yeah.
I have friends that send me stuff like that. It's, like, a phenomenon the past couple years.
100%. And it's
not good for you, though. It's like, not good for your mental.
And I used to pride myself on that. And then, like, once I started seeing this shit in real life and seeing how it affects other people, it's like, man, this is not cool to, like, watch. And I literally can't watch, like, gore videos, like, again.
And now you're even more sensitized to it. Like, instead of getting more desensitized to it, it did, like, the opposite. It made you, like, more sensitized. That's interesting.
Which is so weird, right? Because, like,
that's fascinating because you would think it would desensitize you.
Yeah. And like, I was talking to Chade about it because I had a hard time with one of my cases, and I went to Chade about it, and he said, like, you know, it sucks, but sometimes people that can handle that type of thing need to do that because other people can't.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. And I, like, when I, like, am being introspective and, like, look at my career and this, I'm like, I am very calm under pressure. I think I'm a very smart person that can, like, think very well when there's a lot of pressures on me.
Yeah.
And, like,
you're composed.
I'm very composed, and I know what to do. And because of that, I've saved countless people. And that's, like, something that, you know, keeps me going. But it's, like, that sucks. It takes such a big toll on me. But, like, how can I stop, you know? When, like, I literally resuscitated a baby. Like, how can I stop? So it's, like, I have to, like, sacrifice a piece of my sanity. Because it's, like, I know I'm doing more good than I am harm. So I just have to, like, continue.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you gotta be a little selfish, though. Sometimes you gotta worry about your life if it's, like, really, really affecting you.
I'm chilling, though.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks, but, like, it hasn't caught up to me yet. Like, I haven't, like, beat my husband or anything. Like, I haven't, like, woken up
you would
screaming.
do that without the job.
For real, though. Like, until it gets to that moment where I'm having, like, Vietnam flashbacks or, like, fireworks, I'm, like, chilling.
Yeah, I mean, you already, yeah. Hopefully you don't get like some weird episode and you get like PTSD or something.
I think I already have it, to be real.
Yeah.
But like it's very tame and like I can rock through it. I think another thing is like I think you're like this too.
Also, at like the 30-minute mark, I want to talk about music. I don't want to talk
Okay.
about
Yeah, this is depressing as hell.
Yeah. But
like,
it's interesting. Like it's just like I
Yeah.
don't want the whole, the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, but go ahead.
But I think like people that are very self-aware, it comes with like a pro and a con, because it's like for me, like I know what I can handle and I know what I can't. Even if it's like borderline, I can handle it. Like I still will do it.
Yeah.
But it's also like because I'm so self-aware, it's hard because like you know how ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Like it's not though, because you're so self-aware, you're always thinking about yourself and like realizing flaws or realizing things that like affect you.
Yeah, that's why like when I first I don't know, I have to preface this a while ago, but like the ignorance is bliss thing, I have to go way back to preface this. But in high school, I didn't have thoughts.
Yeah.
How do I say this? I did have thoughts. I didn't have like a philosophical thought. I never once was like, why is it like this?
Yeah.
Why don't we make it like this?
You just rocked with it.
I was just like, that's just how it is, and
just raw
where
dog
are the
the world.
At? Like, where are the girls at? That was literally my thought. I was like, I was a literal animal. And I think in college, I like, not even college, like mostly like when I was living in Argentina and like when I got back, I started thinking more like, why do we do things like this? Why is society like this? Why don't we change this? And that's when I got really into like politics, like really into politics. I almost wanted to change my major like to like political
I remember
science.
that, yeah.
And I did. I got really, really, really into it, and I started like listening to like political analysts from the left, political analysts from the right, centrists, like. And I was like pretty. I wouldn't say I was near an expert, but I was pretty well informed on like what was happening, what things we were voting on, what like laws were being passed, what like issues are going on around the world, and it really like depressed me because I was like,
you're like, man, this shit sucks.
The conclusion I got from it was that like I can't do anything. Like I can't. Like some people are like, we can make a difference. No, we can't. Like people have.
Yeah.
But people don't. When people think like that, they're like, I don't want to say they're misinformed, but they don't understand that the power is already so far out of our hands. Maybe like in 1920 we could do something as like, but like the power is for centuries for so far out of our hands that like we cannot do anything unless 100% of us are on the same page, which we're not. We're split. But
I have a question for you.
But yeah.
Do you think humans are inherently good or inherently evil?
I think they're inherently good, but I think there's situations. I don't think it's black and white like that. I think humans, the average human, is in an average situation. So the average human is good, but I think there's certain situations a human can put himself in where a human is inherently bad. For example, money. I think.
Or power.
I think money or power. I think 100% of us think we're good people and we're like, I would donate all of it. I would help that. It's like, yeah, because you've never been that rich. Like that changes a person. Like, but it's like I like to think that if I was like a 100 billionaire, I would like to think that I would donate it right now. I have no doubt in my mind I would change the world.
100%.
And I would keep like almost none of that wealth. I would just redistribute it. But I think it's very ignorant and disingenuous to think that when you've never been in that situation. Because I'm sure a lot of kids that are billionaires now grew up thinking that they were like, I'm going to change the world. Thing.
I feel like it's not the money that might change you, but it's what you're willing to do to get the money.
Yeah.
Because like right now,
money is power. It's really power. Yeah. That's really what it is.
Because like right now, like if I were to have a business and everything, I'd be like, yeah, I would literally pay everybody a living wage and like everybody would have health insurance, blah blah.
Yeah.
But it's like, what if, I don't know, freaking Jeff Bezos thought that same thing, and he's like, wait a second, if I cut their pay by, let's say instead of what I wanted originally pay them $35 an hour, I pay them $17. He's like, I can keep all that money.
Yeah.
And like I think that's when you turn into like, that's when you see such a divide amongst the billionaire class and us, because it's not that they have money, it's what they did to get it.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think it's very, very hard for like a rich person to be a good person. Like it's like
God, dude.
God,
That's what God said. Jesus said.
Yeah, no, it's like what did you say? Like how hard it is for a rich man to get into heaven.
For like it would be as hard as a camel fitting in the needle of an eye of the needle.
There's like, I don't know. Like I said, I think it's very disingenuous for us to all think we would do so much good when we really don't know, because a lot of those people saying they would do all this good, once they get the wealth, they don't. Yeah. It's just like, oh wait, having like an extra copious amount of money is actually really nice. I'd rather just keep that instead of just like fund some weird campaign that isn't going to affect me. I think humans are like inherently kind of selfish.
Yeah.
But I think this guy grew up in like the most like selfish society in the world. Probably the most selfish society in the history of humans is modern United States of America, the post-feudalistic society, where like we're really just like, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna change the subject. Like the culture shock, like not change the subject, but like I'm gonna gear somewhere different. Like the culture shock people get when they come to the United States, all of them, they all say the same thing. They say how individualistic we are, how like
lack of community.
Yeah,
there
how like
is
there's no community,
culture.
And I think that's probably why I think that like greed is just gonna inevitably change a human being.
Yeah,
and I don't know. It's like I used to think that like no matter what, I will never be greedy if I have wealth, but like
for sure.
I don't know. I have to be in a situation. Right now, I would like if I had wealth today. If someone valued me $100 million today, right now I would like help the world with it. But like when you like see the wealth come little by little, and you're like, oh, I can cut this.
Yeah, you're like, if I screw over this person.
Yeah, you slowly start to become less and less ethical. You slowly start to become less and less human. So it's like, it's not a gradual, like, flip. That's why people that win the lottery often go broke. Because they didn't gradually become, like, shittier and shittier. They, like...
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, but, oh, shoot. I think, like, the turning point, because I used to think everybody was, like, inherently good. And they're like, oh, it's just, but honestly, I used to major in psych, and like the main turning point for me was when I learned about the Stanford prison experiment, and I was like, dang, or the Milgram, like Dr. Milgram,
or the lady that was like, do anything you want to me. Yeah. So there's Stanford experiment. Everybody knows what that one is, but there's also one that Dr. Milgram did where you can shock people. And I'm not going to go into it because it's a huge lengthy one. But, like, those two experiments made me think they're like, okay, maybe humans are born good and whatever, but any human in the right circumstance will do evil.
And, like, that's what made me think, like, maybe because of that, because not all humans that are put in a good circumstance will do good, but all humans that are put in an evil circumstance will do evil.
That's interesting.
So that's what makes me think that, like, maybe we are
inherently
evil. I don't think
all humans...
No, I'm not talking about, like, the deviations of this, but, I think overall.
I mean...
Because obviously I would never do anything wrong in my life.
Yeah.
But...
I think a lot of it depends on the society. A lot of it depends on, like, where you grew up. Because...
Ain't no Mexican shocking nobody.
Yeah. Like, that one lady that I saw that she did, like, it was, like, an art, but it was also a social experiment.
Yeah.
Where she was like, you can do anything you want to me, I will just sit here. At first, people were just like...
Like, hugging her, giving
her roses, kissing her on the cheek, like...
Yeah.
Like, drawing little cute cartoons on her, like, wholesome things. And it, like, slowly got more and more dark. People started, like...
ripping her clothes off,
like, throwing stuff at her, like...
Pulling her hair. They cut her hair. They literally shaved her hair.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And they had to cut the experiment because dudes were starting to, like, sexually assault her. And that's when they're like, okay, we're done. Like, this is not...
Yeah, like, this is not a fun art installation
This is where it's getting weird. And, like, it's weird because it's, like, humans, like, at first, they're almost like, oh, I don't really have that much power. But when they realize, oh, I have all the power, like, some weird chemical turns on in, like, most humans' brains where it's like, I'm going to be... awful.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's...
No, 100% agree.
It's really interesting.
And that's where my whole philosophy comes from, like...
Yeah, but I will say, the average dude, if we go and knock doors, I think 10 out of 10 people we knock will be like, no, awful humans. You know what I'm saying?
Until they get put into a situation where they could be.
Exactly. like, I don't know, and it's a spectrum, because like if I'm like in a situation where I'm like, oh, I can save like my dad, or I can save this other person's dad, I'm gonna save my dad and let the other person die. Like, I am.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, and so is he if he was in a situation.
100%.
So it's like, is that evil, or is that just like a survival instinct we have as animals?
Well, it's like the trolley problem.
Yeah.
Like, and all that stuff. Where it's like, what makes you an evil person?
Mm.
Like, what makes you ethical versus, like, immoral? And it's just like, I don't know. It's a heavy topic.
And also, like, what makes ethics, or what makes things, like, things moral and not moral?
And that's, like, a whole cultural thing. Like, a whole cultural divide. Because some things that we see... Or, like, Koreans. Like,
Yeah.
if you're in Korea, you can't make eye contact with somebody older than you while you're taking a drink. Because that's, like, considered...
Like, immoral or something?
Like, very rude and disrespectful.
Really?
Yeah. So, like, I guess you could call that your ethics or morals or whatever. But, like, it's just a rude thing to do. But, like, here... You know, this is, like, a very soft example.
I think a harsher example would be, like, murder. Like, obviously, as a country... As a world, probably. We probably all can agree. Murder, bad. Right? But, like, if you go back in human history, there was a time...
It's like eye for an eye. Like, it's justice to murder somebody.
There was a time where, like, in Mosaic times, like... Mosaic times was, like, in the time of Moses. Like,
no way.
Before the law of Moses, even, like, that was, like, the religion. Like, God said eye for an eye. And even before that, like, when we were, like, developing as Homo sapiens... No one was like, oh, murder is bad.
No, murder is like, it's a normal thing.
You went into another tribe's place, and if they had resources you wanted, you would kill everybody. And
yeah.
Like, this is ours now, because we're going to survive, and you're not. And that wasn't immoral. That wasn't unethical. That wasn't wrong. That was just, like, what you did.
So it's interesting how, like, the trends change over time.
Like, I don't know. It's like I don't think morality exists. I think we just make it up.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's not like a...
I'm not saying I'm going to go out there and murder a freaking grandma, but I'm saying, like...
No, morality is not a tangible thing.
Yeah, it's not. It fluctuates.
Anyway, music?
Yeah. Okay, who's like... Okay, 5 artists...
He's, like, totally hot right now.
No, let's do this. 5 artists that...
5 artists that changed your life.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, I could talk about this forever.
Me and KJ and Metro did a draft. I'm not going to talk about it too much because it's literally on a podcast episode.
Yeah, for real,
where we did a draft of, like, dream features, like who you want to feature. And you go back and listen to it. I'm not going to talk to it, but yeah, all 5 of us did. Yeah, with our music.
Oh, okay.
That was interesting. But yeah, let's do 5 artists that changed. Like,
I think we both have one in common.
Yeah.
One.
And this isn't the draft. This is like...
No, the one that changed your life.
Yeah,
Ready? Let's see the one we both have in common. 1, 2, 3, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I know.
That was obvious.
That was obvious.
But honestly, I have, like... I'm scared to say mine.
Can I say some songs?
No, you have to say artists.
No, real quick, I'm going to just say some songs I did by Kendrick.
Fragile.
Blessed
is crazy.
With Schoolboy Q.
Yeah.
I remember just being like 15 years old and like listening to that and just like sobbing and being like, is this man God? Like, is this God? I literally would think that.
For real.
I would literally think this is like blasphemous, but I literally thought he was like a reincarnation of God.
What's that freaking one song that's like also came out when I was like 11? It's like
Fight the Feeling with Mac Miller and Kendrick
Lamar.
No,
Fight the Feeling is literally crazy, but that's not what I'm thinking about.
Comforting, like if you're sad, put Fight the Feeling on full blast and just let yourself cry.
Hey,
and just like listen to it.
If my future murderer is listening to this,
you can't fight the feeling.
Please kill me to that song.
Yeah.
Like I literally want to die to that song. And it's interesting
because like it tells you not to fight the feeling, to feel emotions. It's like don't fight it, let yourself feel.
I disagree with that aspect, but the song is so bomb.
Yeah.
But no, what's that other one? It's not The Black or the Berry, but it's freaking. What's that? No, it's on the.
We'll talk about that later, I guess.
What?
Why don't you think you should be allowed to feel things?
Because I think people are more miserable when they feel things. I think everybody should feel nothing, and the world would be so much better.
Like the not Divergent. What's that show called? With like all black and white.
Oh, freaking The Giver.
The Giver, like that. You think everyone should be like in the Giver society?
Yeah, because first of all, that's a great example. Because this Biache freaking author, they had such a thriving society.
I'm gonna clip the mic. I'm kidding, but yeah.
What?
You think they had a thriving society?
They had a thriving society. Like, freaking illness was gone. Freaking everybody was, like, cordial to each other. And, like, everybody was very fulfilled in what they thought was...
You think they were fulfilled? Because you can't feel fulfillment if you've experienced unfulfillment.
That's the thing. They've never experienced what they could have, so they were fulfilled at that moment. Because they experienced something they couldn't feel, then they were like, oh, we actually weren't fulfilled. But this whole time, if that never happened, they would have died in bliss.
I don't know. I think I don't disagree with that. I think I kind of agree with that. But I also don't think it's like to the extreme of you shouldn't feel.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying we should all be the giver and like off ourselves or whatever. I forgot that book says, but
because like I don't know, this is interesting. But like when you're like a teenager and like everyone's going through hormonal imbalances and stuff, and everybody's like
it sucks.
So up and down. What I did, and I don't know how my like really brain dead dumb brain thought of this.
Dumb, small, tiny little brain.
Because I was so behind intellectually than the other kids, but. I don't know how I thought of this, but I was like, dude, if I just like lie to myself and I say I'm just happy, I don't feel sad. If I just like mask everything, I will. And it, to a certain extent, it worked.
It worked.
Because I think I was happier than like 99%. I mean, I had reasons to be sad. Like I was like poor. I was like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I lied to myself. I was like, I'm not sad. That doesn't make me sad. Which when it did. But I was like, no, it doesn't make me sad. I'm good. And I just mask everything. And to a certain extent, that's why I kind of agree with you. It, like, kind of worked. And I've been doing it in my adult life. And I'm not saying it's the fix to depression. But, like...
But kind of?
It kind of is, though. Because
what are SSRIs? They just numb you the hell up. And then, like, people don't kill themselves. Or...
It's easier said than done. I don't want to be, like, insensitive to people with, like, literal deficiencies. But, like...
Yeah.
It's like if you're a normal person and you get sad, if you in a certain setting, if you let yourself be sad all the time, you will be sad all the time. But like I think it's healthy to let yourself feel emotions sometimes. Like you let yourself feel sadness, let yourself feel...
I think it's great on a superficial level. The times where I've like felt my emotions very, very intensely were like very traumatic parts of my life. And like not even because something bad happened, but just like, holy shiz, I feel so much. My whole body hurts. And like, whether it's like, whatever emotion it is, like literally any emotion, like jealousy, joy, freaking hatred, anxiety, like any emotion, when you're like, and I envy the people because I don't
Sorry, I'm not doing eye contact with you because it literally hurts my head if I go like this.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm really looking in the corner.
Yeah, same.
But like, I envy people that don't feel very deep emotions because like they can feel like, oh, I'm feeling a little sad right now, oh, I'll just sleep it off. But like then there's other people that like feel emotions so deeply where it's like I would rather not feel anything for the rest of my life than continue feeling like this. And like that's a whole different spectrum. So I feel like if you're one of those people that's able to recognize your feelings and be like, oh, like maybe I'm not feeling the best, or maybe I think I'm a little anxious, like I'll do something to fix it, like I envy you, and like that's how the whole human race should be. But also that's why there's pills that were invented.
That's kind of how I am, and I think I like wasn't naturally like that. I think I like trained my brain from like a really young age. I remember thinking about this when I was like 13. At, like my peak hormonal like dysfunction. And it like worked. Like I think I was a very regulated teenage hormonally. I didn't have ups and downs. I didn't have like extreme sadness, extreme depression, extreme happiness. Obviously I got sad and happy. I'm a human being, but like I think I was very not stagnant, like emotionally composed, like because of those like the way I would just train my brain. And it's so much easier said than done, but like you just have to keep doing it. It's not gonna work the first time you do it. It's not gonna work the first 100 times, but like the like 800th time you like lie to yourself, it might like your brain might be like, oh wait, we actually aren't sad.
You like will condition your brain to like maybe it's a healthy thing because it's not like you're numbing the emotion.
Some psychologist is listening to this and be like, that'll ruin you.
Some psychologist, I give them 10 years before they kill themselves.
Some psychologist listening to that, like, that is what you don't do.
And that's why I switched my major from psychology. Because I'm like, this is dumb. Next.
Yeah, so if there's psychologists out there, we don't know, but it's just like, it's work, you know? Yeah. Sorry, my mom came in and dropped off a dog.
Mom, get out!
We gotta keep doing the what's it called, the artist thing.
I think, like, I don't want to say someone because mine are, like, so cheesy and dumb.
That's okay. I have some weird ones. I have some weird ones.
But, like, no, but they're not, like, even, like, cheesy and dumb because, like, I wish they were, like, underground, so it's more like, oh, that's kind of mysterious. Who are they?
No, I don't
Mine are, like, very...
Okay, can I go on a little tangent?
Yeah.
I hate when people listen to underground because they want to be perceived as people that listen to underground.
So 100% true.
There's so much mainstream music that's so meaningful and deep and amazing.
And it's mainstream for a reason.
Yeah, it's like, if I want to listen to a Post Malone song that I think is a masterpiece, I'll share it with people. I don't care. Like,
yeah.
I just, like, I listen to underground because that song from the underground
just happens to be freaking amazing.
The amazing song happens to be underground, a better way to say it. It's just like, I don't know. I think people shouldn't be ashamed of, like, listening to mainstream music, which is like it's a weird thing. I don't know.
Yeah. So, like, when my music taste really formed, because obviously when I was super little, obviously I had you, my big brother, and, like, I would literally just listen to whatever you would listen to, and I still rock with it heavy, like freaking Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Oh, like,
but I listen to them because my older cousins.
Yeah, because your older cousins.
Yeah.
But, like, that doesn't mean they don't slap. But I'm talking like when I was like 12, 13, like, really coming into my own music taste, like, nobody showed to me. Yeah. Like, first of all,
Kiwi just knocked on
my just my bubs.
Yeah.
But first, like, I have to preface this, I was really heavy into the Tumblr of it all. Like, and that, I think, shaped my music. Where do you want
What
Bubs?
What is he doing?
He's just being a Bubs.
Anyways, keep going.
But, like, I was so heavy into that Tumblr phase, and, like, I learned so, like, that literally formed my music taste. But, like, Arctic Monkeys, The Neighborhood, like, those bands literally would change my life. Because I would listen to those songs, and I'd be like, I've never heard this vibe before. Yeah. And it was such, like, an unknown vibe for me at the time when I was so young.
Yeah, you discovered your own taste.
Yeah, and it's, like, such a crazy feeling.
Kiwi ASMR. Okay, that's it.
He just licked the mic. Oh, I'm going to put him outside.
Yeah, I think he wants to leave. I'll pause it. Yeah, I think what you're doing is just, like, developing your own taste. Which it comes to a point where we start doing that. That doesn't mean you don't like the other stuff. It's just like...
No, but, like, it's so crazy because, like, think about listeners at home. The one listener at home.
Yeah.
Think about, think about that moment, that day, that year when you were like, oh, shoot, like, this is what I like and nobody showed. Like, this is my music taste and how influential it is. And, like, let's say you grew up and don't like that music anymore. Yeah. It still, like, changed your life. And it's, like, such a crazy feeling that I can pinpoint what bands did that for me. And that being said, The Neighborhood and Arctic Monkeys still, I think, slap every second of my life. But it's, like, even if you don't like their music, it's, like, crazy to think about what an impact, like, a band can make. Yeah. In your, like, adolescence or growing up.
It's crazy because, like, I never really felt super impacted by, like, bands. It was more like artists for me. Personally. Yeah. But I can see why bands would, like...
Well, like, really artists too and stuff. What, like, another one's the Beatles. Yeah. Like, that is, there hasn't been, like, a week where I haven't listened to a Beatles song ever since I was, like, 5.
Yeah, no, it's, the Beatles have, like, if I made a top 50, which I think I will one day, greatest songs of all time, I think 20 of those would be Beatles songs. Literally. I'm not even kidding. Like, I think, insane. Maybe not 20, like 15 of them would be Beatles songs. And even then, I think they have some songs that would be, like, in the top 100.
Yeah.
But, like...
But still on there. Yeah. Same with, like, Nirvana, Foo Fighters.
Yeah, Foo
Fighters
is dope.
All those bands, I was like, holy... Like, I felt like I discovered a new
Same
color.
drummer.
Yeah.
Same drummer.
Well, Dave Grohl. Yeah. Lead singer, but... It literally, like... It was like discovering a new color for, like, my 11-year-old self. Because it's like, holy frick. This is amazing.
I remember hearing I forgot that song.
The first time I listened
Pretender. I remember the first time I listened to Pretender.
Crazy.
I was at a Target with Nick and it was playing, and I was like, "This song is so good."
Crazy vibes.
I was like, "This sounds like I didn't think this, but I was like, it sounds like now I'm thinking this. It sounds like something Nirvana would make, which just makes sense." But
do you know what like music I love the vibe of? Like obviously there's so many different vibes to songs. Like a song that you'll like twerk to, a song that like, but like specifically a song that makes you want to go to like an underground bar and shoot up heroin is my favorite music.
That's like every Arctic Monkey song.
Like Lana Del Rey, even like
every Nirvana song.
Any Nirvana song.
There's a lot of like underground indie that feels like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I can't play because YouTube will, their AIs listen to anything they can copyright and they'll shut it down. But
like shooting up heroin in a dingy bar wearing black leather is like my.
What's that? That song that's
up
like,
my alley.
The guitar's like dun 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 dun, and he's like,
Freaks?
I don't feel that.
Yeah.
Dun. It's not Freaks.
No, I know what you're talking about.
It's like dun, 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 dun. And he doesn't sing. He's like, and I don't feel. I don't know what he says. Don't play it.
I'm not gonna play it, but I have it on my Spotify now.
But that song, I do too. I forgot what it's called. That song makes me feel like I'm doing heroin in a basement.
And I love that. The Strokes. The Strokes too.
The Strokes are a little. I feel a little like I'm
it's
doing Molly in a basement. It's like a little happier. It's a little less dark and more like vibrant.
Yeah.
But the Strokes have some. Jeez, they're so.
Is it the drums?
I don't know what the song is called.
Oh,
I have it on my Spotify. I have it on my Spotify. It's like some like super low key.
Yeah.
I think it's a guy. I don't think it's a band. I think it's an artist.
Probably.
But no. Okay.
But there's like also what's another vibe that you like?
My favorite vibe in a song. This sounds weird, but is comfort. I think that's my favorite vibe in a song. Is like feeling like a song is comforting me.
That's like Mac Miller for me.
Yeah, which is like I can get comforted in a lot of different ways. It's not always hip hop. There's like folk songs that I feel comforted with. There's like mostly. I'll be honest. Mostly it's hip hop songs.
Yeah.
But like. I think that's like my favorite vibe.
Like,
I think that's like why I listen to music.
That's like a vibe. Like, if I said my second favorite vibe, it's like driving down the Pacific Coast Highway, like in a convertible with my hands in the air. Like that's a whole other genre. Like tongue tie.
Oh, okay.
Like group love tongue tie.
Like summer vibes.
Yeah, like summer vibes is like another like that type of vibe.
I think I love that vibe too.
Yeah.
I love having my mind blown. Like. Songs that are
crazy beat drops.
Like the production is just so crazy. What vibe is that though? Inspiration, I guess.
Can I talk about one of the first times that I got high?
Yeah, do it.
So
it's gonna be on the internet.
Yeah, that's right. I don't give a fuck.
It's legal. It was legal. It was in California.
I don't give a fuck. It wasn't actually Las Vegas, but we were at a music festival.
Yeah, it's legal. You did nothing wrong.
And I was with.
It's like getting high now is like drinking. It's like the first time I got
drunk. Those of you who are thinking about trying weed, do it. No, just kidding. Don't take my advice.
But I think everyone should try at least once.
Yeah,
and they're really adult fun. When your cranium is fully developed.
Yes, and it's legal.
And
don't smoke because it's bad for your lungs.
In a safe place. Anyway. But yeah, keep going.
But so obviously there's EDM that I rock with heavy, and there's EDM that just sounds like smashing keyboards to me.
Yeah.
And like I'm very heavy on the distinction. Like I either love it and it's like holy frick, this is every neuron in my brain is lit up, or it's like this sucks and I'm having a headache. But anyway, so one of those bands that like. I don't want to say because I don't want to offend anybody, but like one of those bands that literally sounds like keyboard smashes was playing.
You can say, who cares? What are the chances that obscure fan base is listening to this podcast?
I think it was Fisher. Okay. So if you like Fisher, F off. But anyway, I got blasted just with a little Eddie.
Yeah.
And it was like my whole freaking, like I was talking like I am now, but in my head when I like would hear myself talk, it would sound like
I know exactly.
This.
I know exactly that feeling.
I just remember hearing Fisher like in the off distance of some music festival, and I just am going like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. And then I blacked out for like 4 hours. And
Also, I don't know if you
else.
realize this, but sometimes when you talk, you scream.
I scream all the time, and I can tell because the sound waves are going like off the charts whenever I talk.
I think you're clipping the mic when you talk.
Shoot, what does clipping the mic mean?
I remember as a kid when we do like sleepovers, I'd get so mad at you because we were trying to like not wake mom and dad up, and then just be like screaming and be like, "Do you not know how to like speak quietly?" I mean, now it doesn't matter. I'm not saying it matters now.
No, yeah.
But I'm saying like.
Literally, if I had a dime for every time somebody told me to speak quieter, I would freaking hire Jeff Bezos as my male stripper.
It's crazy. Some people like can't. Like I know a handful of people that are like that. They like they can't whisper. They don't know how to whisper. Try to whisper.
Talking.
Try to whisper. No, I'm not saying you talk a lot. I'm saying you talk loudly.
I talk loudly.
But I mean, I don't care.
But also benefits me in my job because my job I have to
try
talk
to
very
whisper.
loudly.
Try to whisper.
Hi everybody.
Okay, you can. I just want to know if you're capable of it.
I am. What the freak does that mean?
Because as a kid, I would just get so mad at you. Like, is it not? It's not that hard to whisper.
On the real talk, I feel it's because like
suppressed anger from being a kid.
I honestly, yeah, for real. But I think on real talk, I feel like a lot of people talk over me and they don't listen to me. So I feel like by talking louder, they're like forced to. And I feel like that's
okay.
always been like that.
I think that's very okay to do. If someone interrupts you, you just go louder.
No, but I feel like I haven't been able to like separate that from how I am normally. So now I just always talk very loudly.
Yeah.
And that's the vibes.
I wanted to. There's like another comfort song I had. It was in my head and I forgot about it. Oh, it was West Side Right On. I mean, these are all Kendrick songs. Like West Side Right On Time.
Yeah.
With Young Jeezy and Kendrick. That song, I was like...
No, what's that song? It's like 13 minutes long.
Oh, Sing About Me, I'm Dying.
Yes! Mother effer!
You clipped the mic one more time.
It just sounds like freaking... Oh my gosh. For those of you at home, I literally just banged my head on my leg because I was so happy to know that song.
No, but you're right. Like, that...
Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst is like, I can't listen to it and like not feel something.
That song should be in a museum. It should be hung...
I'm
gonna look at something up right now.
I could be on 100 vials of lithium and like so numb to the world, and you play that song and I will feel every emotion in the world.
I got this playlist.
That's crazy.
I got this playlist I made forever. There's like songs I consider to be a masterpiece.
Oh, I want to say this because like me and Petey and like we, for the viewers at home, we have this for the viewer at home. We have this thing that we do where it's like we say like a song is sacred.
Yeah.
And like whenever I have to explain this to people, I have to like really go in on it.
It's hard to articulate.
It's hard to articulate, but like they're basically songs that like are literally sacred that you can't listen to all the time. So like you can't put your favorite song as sacred.
Yeah.
Like just because a song is good doesn't mean it's sacred. Like
sometimes it's a sacred song doesn't even mean it's the catchiest. It has the most replay value. It's the best aux song. It doesn't mean that at all.
It's like if it makes you have an out of body experience,
like almost like a high.
Yeah, almost a high to where it's like I can't listen to this all the time because it's literally a drug. Like it's so sacred to me. I have to protect its value. Like that is a sacred song.
That's what my rule is with calling a song a masterpiece. It has to make me feel an emotion that I can't articulate. Like an emotion that like I can only feel with that song and no other song makes me feel it. That to me is, I call that a masterpiece. So we're on along. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah, I'll say agree.
Let me know if you agree or disagree.
I'm gonna say agree.
There's only like 40, so it'd be fun.
Okay.
All right, agree or disagree. First song, Swimming Pools, extended version.
Okay,
with
so
that
that's
outro,
tricky.
with the outro.
With the outro, agree.
Okay.
Without the outro, it's just an amazing 10 out of 10
I agree.
song.
It's just a 10. I agree. But with the outro, I think it's like
it borders sacred.
It borderline feels like you're talking to God.
Yeah.
How Much a Dollar Costs?
Yeah.
By Kendrick.
Agree.
A lot of these are going to be Kendrick. Spoiler.
Friggin' suck on a joke. It's fine.
The Black or the Berry.
Oh yeah, sacred.
Masterpiece. No, it's a masterpiece or not. Because sacred to me is a different thing.
Okay, yeah, we're saying masterpieces.
Yeah. Okay. So far I'm 3 for 3. I mean, it doesn't
so
matter if I'm right or wrong. This is just like what you agree
So now
with.
we have to differentiate masterpiece and sacred.
Yeah.
So like sacred is what I said before. Masterpiece is like your favorite song that you like listen to a lot because you're like, this is just so amazing. I want to hear it all the time. That is a masterpiece.
Exactly, and it stands the test of time. It could be 5 years, 10 years, and you still feels like you're listening. It still feels like you're listening to it for the first time.
But it's not a sacred song.
Yeah, exactly. There's a difference. All right. Mad City.
Masterpiece.
Bitch, Don't Kill My Vibe.
Masterpiece.
Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst.
Sacred.
Yeah. Sacred. Okay. I agree. That's the one
Yeah.
sacred ones for me. Okay, now we're moving on from Kendrick. Now I'm going to say the artist because these were all Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
Wake Me Up When September as by Green Day.
That's sacred for me.
Really? So it's a masterpiece. If a song is sacred, it automatically is a masterpiece?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, I agree. Obviously, I agree. This
So
is
masterpiece doesn't have to be sacred, but sacred is always masterpiece.
Okay. Fragile by Tech Nine.
And
Kendrick Lamar.
The sacred song is sacred song.
I feel a little bit wrong having a Tech Nine song.
I know!
My masterpiece.
No, but it's
Tech
just...
Nine is great. I'm not saying I hate him, but like his music is it has a demographic, let's say.
Can I say something? Fragile, the song, like, I haven't heard another song leave a message that Fragile does.
Yeah.
Like, Fragile leaves such a crazy emotional message.
Yeah.
And it's like no other song really talks about this.
And obviously Kendrick's verse in it is the best part, but it's not even because of just him. Like, even Tech Nine's verse.
Tech Nine goes off, and it's freaking crazy.
Does his best verse he's done in his career in that. It's like perfect. Anyways, Yesterday by the Beatles.
Masterpiece.
In fact, this is my take.
Sacred.
This is a hot take. This is a very hot take. Depending on my mood, right now, I think that is the greatest song ever made.
I wouldn't disagree.
Yeah, I think that is the greatest song
I would
in the history of music is Yesterday. But it changes though. Sometimes
Anyways,
right now that's what I think. Come Together by the Beatles.
Come Together for me, there's a hot take, is a sacred song.
So it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Hey Jude by the
Masterpiece.
Beatles. Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana.
Masterpiece, heavy on it.
The Pretender by Foo Fighters.
Sacred.
We were just talking about that.
That's sacred to me.
Okay, that masterpiece. I by Kendrick Lamar. The live version.
Very close to a masterpiece, but I wouldn't call it a masterpiece.
The studio version is still so good, but to me the live version
it's amazing.
with the guitar verse, like,
yeah,
I think that's the masterpiece. Okay. Oh, I hate having a Drake song in here. But Jungle.
Oh, that's a sacred song, and I hate to say it, but it's a sacred song.
They're not like us. Still, it's still.
They're not like us for real, but like he's a motherfucking colonizer.
I think it's disingenuous to say he doesn't have masterpieces. No, he does. Like,
and who gives a fuck if he didn't freaking write them? Okay, Jungle by Drake. Miss Holy Water by Luke Christopher. That's a masterpiece. Yeah. Miss Holy. Yeah. We went a whole summer listening to literally only that song.
Yeah, only that song. And I remember there's a line in it that was like, I know I'm young and now I got a lot of fans. And he's like, I know I only drive an old school van, but in 2 years I'd be sipping Chardonnay in France. Like, and I was like, in 2 years I might be sipping Chardonnay in France.
And you drove a minivan.
And I drove a minivan. And I was like, and he said 2 years, like as long as like a mission is.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Like, I know I only drive an old school van, but in 2 years I'd be sipping Chardonnay in France. Like, and I was like, I think that he wrote that for me.
See, that's what I love about music. Like, sometimes it like relates to you so personally to where it's like, no way, how the F did they know that? Like, they literally wrote this for me.
It's like, is this for me? Okay. Holiday / Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day.
Oh, sacred.
That might be the greatest song ever.
Literally? Are you joking?
It's like sometimes with songs that have like two songs in them that like have like a what's it called, like a instrumental change, a double verse
or whatever.
Sometimes one of them's always better than the other, right? Mm-hmm. This one is like you listen to Holiday and you're like, that was the greatest song I've ever heard in my life, and then it transitions into like, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and you're like, it somehow is just as good.
Freaking! Do you have What's Her Name on there? What's Her Name by Green Day is a masterpiece.
I think I do. Okay. I changed my mind on this.
What?
I'm gonna take it off this playlist.
What is it?
I think the song at the time I was like freaking out. Wishful Thinking by Beanie. Like darling around, daydreaming.
Oh, that's an amazing song.
Wishful thinking. I think it's a 10.
I think it's a 10.
I don't think it's a masterpiece. I'm gonna take it out.
So a masterpiece has to be an 11 out of 10.
Yeah, it has to be like you can't rank it. I took it out. I don't feel like.
But it is a 10 out of 10.
This song I agree. I still think it's a masterpiece.
Which one?
Cheesin' by Cassius Clay, Remy Wolf, Sophia Myers.
There's nothing wrong with that song.
Yeah, I think it's a masterpiece. Nothing wrong with that song. I was like thinking about it, I was like, it's too early to put in a masterpiece, but I'm like, then years later I still think it's like
A bop.
Like
a bop
insane.
and a half.
So yeah, I think it's a masterpiece. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Masterpiece.
Look Over Your Shoulder by Busta Rhymes and Kendrick Lamar.
I don't think I've heard it enough.
With the Michael Jackson sample.
I've literally only heard that song, not that many.
Also, I think I have a melanoma.
Let me look.
Pause. All right. Zone by King Jet.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I think I have melanoma. Pause. All right. Anyway, so
Anyways, I'm good.
Okay, continue.
Zone by King Jet.
I don't know how.
We're like halfway done with this. Like, did I mention? You gave it the twisted in a bench. You never heard that song? I think it's a masterpiece.
I don't know if I've heard it.
I remember where I was when the first time I heard that song, and it blew my mind. And I never saw it. Okay, next. North North by Vince Staples.
Oh, masterpiece.
Masterpiece. Wet Dreams by J. Cole.
Please grab a Sprite. That's a masterpiece.
We'll move on kind of fast because there's like quite a bit. No Role Models
Masterpiece.
by J. Cole. GOMD by J. Cole.
Masterpiece. His whole album.
That whole album.
That whole album's a masterpiece.
It has like 4 masterpieces. And then it has...
Fire Squad,
and then,
freaking...
See, 10 out of 10. That's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, it has... The rest are 10s, but I think it has like only 3 masterpieces.
Okay.
But the rest are 10 out of 10s.
Okay.
Work Out by J. Cole.
Masterpiece.
Yeah. Sober by Childish Gambino.
Oh! Masterpiece heavy on it.
Redbone by Childish Gambino.
Frick. Low key? That's like bordering... No, that's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece.
I was gonna say Sacred, but...
Not quite.
Not quite.
But it's a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
Under the Sun by Dreamville. J. Cole and...
Oh, that's a masterpiece for sure.
Power Trip by J. Cole.
Masterpiece.
Okay, Rich... I don't know if I can say this word. Rich N-Words by J. Cole.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece. That one's good.
Spring Day by BTS.
Low key, that shit's a sacred.
Okay.
Like, I listened to that.
That's the only BTS song I have on here, but...
I listened to that and, like, my soul is, like, light.
That's one of the greatest songs ever made, too.
It really is.
Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi.
I know it's a masterpiece, but, like, personally, to me, it's not.
Okay.
It's a 10 out of 10.
Okay. Same Drugs by Chance the Rapper.
Masterpiece.
Masterpiece. That song makes me feel things that no other songs maybe, like, replicate. I don't know. Jazz by Tribe Called Quest.
Shoot. I don't know if it's a 10 out of 10 or a masterpiece. I think it's, like, right on the border.
It's the border. Okay. Cream by Wu-Tang.
Masterpiece. That literally shaped everything in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
That literally got Obama elected. Changed my mind.
It Was a Good Day by Ice Cube.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, that guitar sample.
Yeah, the guitar sample is hard.
Anyways,
man, I love music so much. I can talk about this all day.
Me too. I think I decided I want this to be mostly a music podcast. But anyways, Juicy by
Me just talking about my trauma.
Yeah.
And then, actually, I want this to be about music. Cool. I'll just effing shut up.
Alright, Juicy by Biggie Smalls.
Oh, yeah, masterpiece.
Changes by Tupac.
Masterpiece.
Infinite by Eminem.
Frick. That's a masterpiece. But do you know what's sacred? Mockingbird. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, to me personally. I know there's better Eminem songs out there.
I think that song's a 10. I think it's
really?
a 10. Yeah, it's a 10.
Okay, continue.
Zombie by Cranberries.
Oh, masterpiece for sure.
Lord Willin' by Logic.
Masterpiece.
I have some Logic songs on here.
And those who are hating on Logic, you just had to be there in 2014, okay? It's not the same.
He has gotten worse, but like in his prime, he was different.
He has so much potential.
Yeah. All right, Under Pressure.
10 out of 10.
By Logic. Yeah, that's a masterpiece. The Less I Know, the Better by Tame Impala.
Oh, freaking masterpiece.
Feels Like We Only Go Backwards by Tame Impala.
Masterpiece.
Cause I'm a Man, Tame Impala.
10 out of 10.
Okay, really? Okay. I would argue that's the best one out of all of them.
Really? That's so interesting.
N-Words in Paris by Jay-Z and Kanye.
Oh, freaking masterpiece.
Yonkers by Tyler, the Creator.
Masterpiece. Do you have Runaway? Runaway's a sacred song.
I think I do. I should add it if I don't. That is a masterpiece.
No, it's a sacred song for me at least.
Potato Salad by Tyler, the Creator.
Masterpiece. I listen to that song heavy still.
911 Mr. Lonely by Tyler, the Creator and Frank Ocean.
Not even gonna lie, that's not even like a 10 for me.
Really?
That's like a 9.
Wow.
Which 9, like, keep in mind, I know it feels like we're like easy critics, but we're going over like the best songs.
No, we have to like the cream of the crop.
Yeah, this is the cream of the crop.
Like,
so it's not like we're just saying like every song is amazing.
Yeah.
And like that song, like 9 is still freaking amazing in my books.
Okay,
but it's a 9.
A 9 is like rare that it gets a 9. Yeah. Okay. That's the first one you said no on. Out of all of them, that's the first one. Chanel by Frank Ocean.
Masterpiece.
Nights by Frank Ocean.
That's more of a masterpiece.
The Show Goes On by Lupe Fiasco.
Masterpiece.
Stay by Rihanna.
Masterpiece. Do you know what is a sacred song from Lupe Fiasco? Freaking Fighters.
Oh yeah.
Fighters.
I think that's like a 9.
Really? That's crazy. I'm gonna make your mic freaking die.
That's fine. It's probably already.
It's just like ear rape the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time. 1985 by J. Cole. I'm almost done. This is almost done.
10 out of 10.
There's more than I thought, but now there's almost done.
Okay.
That's a 10. It's not a masterpiece.
It's a 10. Which is very close to being a masterpiece.
I think that song changed hip hop, but I can talk about it for a while. Anyways,
it's great.
I don't want to bore anyone with the details. Teenagers by My Chemical Romance.
Oh, heavy on masterpiece. Are you joking?
Macy's Day Parade by Green Day.
Oh, masterpiece.
This one might be a little controversial. Race Car by Aries.
Low key?
It is. I for sure think it is. I'm not on the border with it. I'm 100% in.
No, I was gonna say also.
Yeah.
But like that is a crazy take for like other people to think that. But like I'm heavy on it.
Just a Sample by Chill Bump.
Oh, this is just a sample.
Yeah.
That's a 10 out of 10.
A 10, not a masterpiece.
Okay.
Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus.
Oh, that's like the masterpieces of all. That would be top 50 best songs ever made.
Yeah, I agree. I put it on my top 50.
Yeah.
Alright by Kendrick Lamar.
Holy shiz. That's a masterpiece.
Chum by Earl Sweatshirt.
Masterpiece.
My N-Word Snoop by Meek Mill.
No, that one's like an 8.
Really?
Yeah.
I want you to listen to that song at night.
Maybe I haven't listened to it in a long time.
I dare you not to cry when you listen to that song.
Because like the last time I listened to that was a while
That's
ago.
when you need to fall asleep to. Listen to it and try not to cry. Sugar by Brockhampton.
Oh, masterpiece. Can we talk about... We haven't given enough freaking... I could make a whole podcast about Brockhampton.
We can make another pod another day.
Let's do it.
We
I have so much to get off my chest.
Yeah, we will. We can make a whole... We can talk about Brockhampton. I'll bring notes next time. We have like... We'll dig in depth deeper with like the artists.
Yeah, because I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, we can even make one like tomorrow. I don't care. Beggin' by Madcon. By
Madcon? Like the
No, not the freaking Viners. It was like a band from like the 90s. Gosh. I've never felt more anger in my life.
Wait, what is that song? Sing it.
Begging you. Yeah.
That's a masterpiece.
Okay. Method Man by Wu-Tang.
Oh, masterpiece.
Man of the Year by Schoolboy Q.
Dang. I think just because the history I have on that song is like almost borderline sacred to me, but it is a masterpiece.
2009 by Mac Miller.
Everything Mac Miller does is a masterpiece to me.
Yeah. Blue World by Mac Miller.
Masterpiece.
This is a controversial one because it's a mumble rap song.
Oh,
it's the only mumble rap song on this list.
Okay, let's hear it.
Shoota by Lil Uzi and Playboi Carti.
That's a great song.
That's a masterpiece.
That's a 10 out of 10.
To me. Okay, 10 out of 10. Okay, so there's only 2 that you don't agree with. That's one of them?
Yeah.
I think mumble rap can be a masterpiece. I think
no, it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Okay, Immortal by J. Cole.
How does that one go again?
I was 17 with a pocket full of...
Oh, masterpiece.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
He's like, I had black cream, black jeans on my black queen, and her ass too fat for a flat screen.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, anyways, Diablo by Mac Miller.
Oh, freaking masterpiece.
That's... Okay, I love Mac Miller. I'm the freaking biggest Mac Miller fan in the world. There's so many songs in that are... I have like 5 songs in here that are like by him, but I think Diablo is his best song. If I had to pick one Mac Miller song to listen to for the rest of my life, I would pick Diablo.
Frick,
I think that's his...
I can't pick.
That's his like...
Congratulations, though? Have you heard
Diablo's best. I mean, great, but like... you showed it to me. But Diablo is like... It's... Not Louis Armstrong. Some weird '70s jazz band sample. The
Who would you sacrifice to have Mac Miller back?
anyone?
Say-
Drake.
Oh my gosh, Mac Miller.
Just kidding. I listen to Drake. Like I can't be disingenuous and say like I don't listen to him. But anyways, we're almost done. There's like 10 more songs. Dreams by the Cranberries.
Masterpiece.
Red Bottom Sky by Young Lean.
That's crazy work, brother. That's crazy work.
I put that song up there with any one of these. I'm not even kidding.
That's a 9 out of 10.
Really?
It's an amazing song.
Yeah, okay. I put that up there with any one of these songs. Party Isn't Over / Campfire / Beamer by Frank Ocean.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. Masterpiece.
And Tyler, the Creator. Okay. Waste by Brockhampton.
Yeah. Honestly, 8 out of 10.
You say my name.
No.
And
Do you know what shit that's crazy?
I might get copyrighted, but yeah.
Frick, what's that Childish Gambino song? It's not Bonfire, but it's one where he like talks about camp, where he like falls in love with a girl from camp. What song is that?
Childish Gambino? I don't know.
I gotta look it
Just
up.
show me later. Alright, Rigor Mortis by Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, freaking Borderline Sacred.
I don't know if you know this one. It was made in 1993, obviously. 93 Till Infinity by Souls of Mischief.
I don't think I do.
Oh, I want to play a little bit because I think if I play a little bit, you'd be like, oh, but I can't. YouTube will copyright it. But that is a masterpiece. Listen to it.
Yeah.
Die Hard by Kendrick Lamar.
Masterpiece.
Chiquitita by ABBA.
Oh, masterpiece.
Okay, Ambition by Wale and Meek Mill and Rick Ross.
Oh, I haven't heard it in a long time, but from what I remember, it's like an 8.
It's like they're gonna love me for my ambition.
Yeah, they
I think
my ambition.
okay, real quick, I'm
That's
gonna
like
go.
an 8.
I'm gonna go a little tangent. When you talk about songs that changed your life, that song changed my life.
And
that
that's
song,
so fair.
That song like rewired my brain. It like rewired how I approach life. I don't know. Very interesting.
Is it that Power? All these haters see you late. No, where he talks about. Frick.
I don't know. We'll look it up later. Is it okay? Lento by Julieta Venegas.
I don't think I've heard that song.
Ser delicado y esperar.
Oh, masterpiece!
Yeah.
That song's perfect.
Yeah, that song is a masterpiece. I mean, we don't throw around the word masterpiece lightly. I don't think people realize how much music we listen to have a list of only like 70 songs is like nuts.
Like masterpieces, like think about, and I don't know the people that like listen to this, but like if you only listen, because I know there's people out there that literally only listen to like 100 songs like in a year.
Yeah.
Like we listen to like thousands.
Yeah.
And like this is how selective we are type of stuff. Man, I kind of sound like a piece of shiz when I said that.
Sound pretentious.
Yeah, I sound, and that's not how I meant it.
All right, we're almost done. We actually do have like 7 songs left, and then we'll do a draft and we'll end. Hide and Seek.
Are we going to the studio?
Yeah, we are. Hide and Seek by Emotion Heap.
Oh, I love Emotion Heap. I don't know if I know that song though.
Much say, not the Jason Derulo version. The original. The version that Jason Derulo sampled.
Yeah, I know what that one is.
The original version is so beautiful.
Do you have Enya on there?
No, I should though.
Yeah. Enya doesn't sing, but she like whispers.
But like, I want people like when Jason Derulo sampled that, it was a cute little pop song for like 2 months, sure. But I want people to listen. Go listen to the original song that
it sounds very angelic.
It is the most beautiful. Like, yeah. Anyways,
that's like an 8.
Dia de Enero by Shakira. Wait, Hide and Seek is an 8.
Yeah, Shakira stays on my top 5.
Is that
that's
a masterpiece?
Okay. Borderline? No, never mind.
Okay. Piano Man by Billy Joel.
Oh, masterpiece. Vienna is sacred to me, actually. Fun fact.
I mean, we'll see. Tiny Dancer by Elton John.
Like an 8.
Really?
I know historically it's an amazing song. It's just for me.
You can. There's some songs I don't like that are. There's a lot of classics I don't even like.
8 is still amazing.
Like Sweet Caroline, I hate that song.
Oh, I hate that song.
And it's like a classic. All right, La Camisa Negra by Juanes.
Oh, it's a 10 out of 10 twerk bop. I don't know if it's a masterpiece though.
Twerk bop?
It's a twerk bop.
Okay.
Yo, chat, let me know if you know what a twerk bop
Rather
is.
Be by Clean Bandit and Jesse Glynn.
Oh! Masterpiece.
Okay. There's three more.
Toddler mode.
There's 3 more.
Yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Oh, masterpiece. That's like the masterpiece of all masterpieces. Are you joking?
Yeah.
The production value that went into that back when like freaking AIDS was around is crazy.
The creativity too, like to mix opera and rock and roll.
It's insane.
That's crazy. All right, Black and White by Michael Jackson.
Doesn't matter if you're black or white. Like an 8.
Really? Okay. And there's the last one. Cartoons and Cereal by Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, friggin' sacred.
An 11.
That's
okay.
sacred.
I want to end by saying there's a lot of songs that are masterpieces that I didn't add on that.
Random disclaimer.
Disclaimer. But that's it. All right, now we're gonna end with the draft, and I think because we dick rode Kendrick Lamar so much,
and I stay doing that.
We're gonna do a draft with you pick 5 songs and I pick 5 songs, and the way drafts work is if I pick one, you can't pick it. And if you pick one, I can't pick it. So we alternate. And the voters, the millions of viewers, are going to vote. Are gonna vote who has the best 5.
Dang. So it's like any song ever made in the whole history of the world.
No, by Kendrick Lamar.
Oh.
No, or else, yeah.
I was like, dang, that's gonna be
Kendrick songs.
like easy.
And you can't look at Spotify.
Frick, I need Spotify for reference.
You can't.
I need it, because what if I miss a good one?
Oh my gosh, you can't. You can't. That's cheating.
Okay, fine.
Because if it doesn't come to your head, it doesn't deserve to be here.
Okay, I want to go first.
Yeah, I always let my guest go first.
Oh, wow, you're so nice.
Yeah.
Freak, there's so many now. I'm nervous. Dang. No features. No features.
That has to be songs by Kendrick Lamar.
Frick, hold on, let me think this through.
Sing
About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst.
That was gonna be my first pick, but there's like 2 songs I'd be okay with picking first. My pick is gonna be Mad City.
That was gonna be my first one.
Yeah.
Frick, so that was my second one.
And we can do unreleased or released.
What the F? Unreleased? You friends with him? What do you mean?
Okay, no, fine, whatever.
This is gonna be a controversial one.
We want to do unreleased then. Go ahead.
This is gonna be a controversial one, but Loyalty. I love Loyalty.
That's a great even song. But I think it's like in the middle of his catalog.
That's crazy. Because to me, it's a masterpiece.
Really? Okay. 2. For 2? Oh my god.
Don't say mine.
Oh, there's so many I can pick. I have like 3 right now that I'm
5, 4.
West Side Right on Time.
Oh shoot, thank goodness. That's a good one.
Yeah.
But I want to Love's Gonna Get You. Pride?
Okay. No, that would have made my top 5 probably.
Yeah, that's crazy work by Kendrick.
Yeah, okay. Cartoons and Cereal. I don't even feel bad about it. That one is like a top 5 Kendrick song.
Is this my 4th one?
This is your 4th. Wait. You have Loyalty, you have Sing About Me and Dying of Thirst, and you have Pride. Yeah, this is your 4th pick. And I have Mad City, Cartoons and Cereal, and West Side Right on Time. Alright, yeah, pick your 4th.
Maybe, frick, I'm trying to I want to include a song from every one of his albums.
Oh my gosh, I have one. You better not pick it.
I think I'm going to do Mother I Sober.
Oh, that's a great.
Yeah.
That's actually a great pick.
Yeah, that's mine.
Mother I Sober is.
Dang, what was yours? Now I'm jealous.
Backseat Freestyle.
Mother frick. Oh, I have another one. Money Trees.
Oh my life. Oh no! That one arguably could have gone first.
Dang. All my life I want money and power. I know, but I want to sing that one. Now let's sing Money Trees.
No, okay, 5th.
I have another one.
That's your 5th. You're done.
Oh, fuck.
You're done. Okay, my 5th is... I was going to say Wesley's Theory, but... No, I'm not going to say that one. I'm going to say... I could do Swimming Pool's extended version. No, I'm gonna do a song that blew my mind when I first heard it.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like, this doesn't have like a whole lot of like replay value. But this song blew my mind when I first heard it.
Say it.
How much $1 cost?
Oh, no. That one's amazing.
That was like, what?
Dude, it's also crazy when oh, wait, this one's a feature, I think. Collard greens?
Yeah, that's a feature.
Yeah,
That's a Schoolboy
feature.
Q song.
Yeah.
Alright, that's it. We'll wrap it up.
Alright, chat. Leave
All right,
below.
so leave a like in the comments.
Whoever had the best list, you have to kiss on the lips.
That's true. Vote. If you're listening somehow and you've somehow made it this far through the podcast, vote on who has the better list. Alright. Goodbye.
Alright, bye, chat.